Hi everyone, Annette Kessler here with a new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make two different paper rose flowers design. So I'm going to start with this punch. It's a flower punch. The flower has 6 petals, and that's important because you need the 6 petals, and you need to punch out 3 shapes. I'm using white paper because I'm going to spray it to add color, but you can start with a color paper from the beginning if you don't want to add your own color. Okay, so once your punched paper shapes are dry, we can go ahead and start making the rose. It's actually pretty easy if you follow these steps. Just want to finish adding the sprays. And of course, drying them. You can't work with wet paper. So once your 3 shapes are dry, we're going to start with the first shape. We're going to cut in the center like this. On the second shape, we're going to remove 1 petal like this and keep that little piece. And on the third shape, we're going to remove out 2 petals, and of course you need to keep that as well. So we have 5 different shapes. We're going to assemble the flower now. It's pretty easy. Basically what we're doing is rolling the shapes. We're going to start with a smaller one with that single petal and simply roll it like this. This is going to be the center of our flower, and then let's glue it so it won't open. This is how it looks. Put that aside to dry, and then take the 2 petal shape and roll that as well. We're going to roll it into a cone. It will look like a rolled cone like this, and of course don't forget to add a little bit of glue the edge to close it. Put that aside, just holding it so it will not open. And then we're going to take this piece, apply glue, and close it, the 2 edges together like this, petal on petal. So we'll have a 3 petal cone. We're going to do the exact same thing here, attach the first and last petals together and create a 4 petal cone like this. And for the last piece, again petal on petal, and we'll have a 5 petal cone. So now we're going to attach all the shapes together, starting from the smallest one. We're just going to cut the edge a little bit to make it straight, so it will be easier to glue and easier to set. And we're going to start with the larger one and attach the 4 petal cone to the 5 petal cone. Add glue and then add the 3 petal cone. You get the idea. Forgot to snip the edge here. Then we're going to attach the next shape, and then finally the smallest one, and then you'll have a really pretty rose. And of course you control the color of the paper, so you control the color of the rose, and you can add it to whatever project you want with the colors that you want. Isn't that cool? Look at this beautiful rose. I'm just going to ink the edges a little bit for extra dimension. This is optional. Don't have to do this, only if you want to. So the next rose is even easier, and you can control its size. Let's just fold the petals a little bit, give them some movement. Okay, so our flower is done. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so the next one is even easier. Just going to cut a square. It doesn't have to be accurate. The larger the square, the larger the flower. So you can control how big you want your flower or how small you want your flower to be. And I'm using shaped scissors, but you can do this with regular scissors as well. Again, I'm going to color my page because I'm using a white paper, but you can start with a color paper to begin with. I'm doing it with the white paper because I want my paper to have more than one color. When you spray with two colors, you get a more realistic look, but that's completely up to you. Just want to make sure that the paper is dry before I show you this really easy to make flower. Going to dry on both sides and then show you. What you need, again, I'm using shaped scissors, but you can do it with regular scissors. And you start cutting around the edges of the square. You cut it in a circle shape. It doesn't have to be accurate. You don't need to have a symmetrical circle. It just needs to be a circle. And then you start cutting a spiral from the outside towards the inside, like this, until you reach the center. Just a long spiral like this. Now you start rolling the spiral from the outside edge towards the inside, just cutting it so I'll have a straight edge to start with, and you simply roll from the edge towards the center. Use your fingers to roll the strip until you reach the center. It's very easy, and like I said, the bigger your shape, your initial square will be, the larger the flower will be. When you reach the end, apply glue to the center and then attach it like this, allowing the flower to, the spiral to open a little bit and attaching it to the base. I'm just holding it so it won't continue to open. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? So easy to make. So now you have two different types of rose design that you can make for any paper or other project that you want. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video so you won't miss anything, and you'll be able to follow all the tutorials and make all the projects. I hope you really like this tutorial. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.